Hi everybody. I thought I would do another custom figure review that I made for you. I did a Jax Teller one a short while ago, which I uploaded to my page here, and I thought I would show you my Marion Cobretti figure that I recently finished a few months ago. This figure took a long time to put together. And what I'll do is I'll go through sort of everything on it, and if anybody was interested in making one, then I can kind of, it gives you an idea of where you could possibly source things. I'm not saying it's the best custom ever made, but I'm pretty happy with it. There's still a few things that I need to finish on it properly, but for now I'm pretty happy. Okay, so I'm a huge Stallone fan. And I did make a Lincoln Hawk figure last year, which unfortunately now I traded for a Indiana Jones Hot Toys figure, which I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan also. So it was a hard trade, but Lincoln Hawk took a long time to make, and I kind of do regret now getting rid of him. So instead of remaking him again, I decided that I was going to make a Marion Cobretti figure from the movie Cobra. Again, another one of my favourite movies of Stallone's. But I did use the same head sculpt as I used in Lincoln Hawk. So I liked the head sculpt, and when I got it painted by my painter, he did such a fantastic job on Lincoln Hawk that I knew that it would look really good for the Cobra figure, because obviously it's based around the same time, and it was the same kind of head sculpt which would suit the character. Okay, so let's have a look. Right, so the actual base body that I used was a caustic plastic KP03. It's quite a muscular figure. Some people will probably argue maybe a bit too muscular for Stallone in this role, but I'm happy with it. I did have a Hot Toys, is it the TTM20 for the Lincoln Hawk, and I did find that was too big. It was too big for him, really. Whereas this one, I think yes, it's quite muscly on the top here, but it doesn't appear to be so chunky, especially on the legs, as the other figure. So that's my base figure that I used. The head sculpt that I've used, this head sculpt is from eBay, and in the comments on here I will try and put a link up for you. The first sculpt that I got, it came from China, was pretty good. It's obviously a recast. I think it's a recast from a Hot Toys Stallone, actually. The first one was pretty good. It just needed a little bit of work. This one that came needed a lot of attention. The guy did give me some refund on it, but when it came, it was in a little bit of a mess. It had lots of air bubbles, and I mean a lot of air bubbles in it. The ears were all kind of broken and chipped, and it was just a mess. And I waited like 8 weeks for it. I just didn't want to send it back and have to wait another 8 weeks. So I got some friends to help me, some sculptors and things, to get it looking right. And I think, considering the condition it was in before I had it, it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it now. It could be better, but it's okay. Yeah, so it's from it's a recast of the Rocky figure that I got from eBay, and like I said a minute ago, I'll pop a link in the comments for anybody who likes the sculpt. I like the sculpt because, to me, it actually does look like Stallone. Obviously, Stallone is a hard one to do. The Barney Ross figure that I've got is pretty good, but I think this is the closest to Stallone in the 80s that I think you can get, and I think it looks really good on these figures. So yeah, the head from China, and the actual head paint was by a guy called Mark Simpson here in the UK. He is an absolutely phenomenal 1/6 head painter, or a painter in general, but his 1/6 heads are just out of this world. He is an absolutely talented guy. He's very popular, so if you do use him, you do have to wait quite some time for him, but believe me, it's worth the wait. He, I believe, quote me if I'm wrong, anybody that knows Mark, but he actually airbrushes, I would imagine, his heads, because they're just so well done. Even with the stubble that he's got on here, it's amazing. The glasses I got from 1/6 Kit, which is Kit Chen on Facebook, and he's got a web page also. He's also on eBay. I think they were from, trying to think what figure they're from. Oh, goodness me, I can't remember, but it's from a hot toy line, you know, a figure accessory. And I thought that these were the closest I could get that would look right proportion-wise for the Cobra figure. They're more mirrored in the movie, admittedly, but they are the aviator style, and I just think size-wise and everything, they just look right. And what Mark did is he actually drilled in here, and I said that I wanted the glasses set on him permanently, because you know, it would be impossible to try and put glasses on this sculpt here. So I said that I was happy for it to be in there permanently, because, you know, it's part of the character. If you took the glasses off, it just wouldn't be Marion Cobretti, really, would it? So they are fixed on the head. The top here, this is the Barney Ross, the Hot Toys Barney Ross second outfit that he has, the one where he wears like the cap and the jeans and everything. I got it off eBay, really cheap. It is more of a light bluey grey colour, and now obviously Marion Cobretti wears a very dark, well, almost black, and a very dark grey bluey one in the movie. What I did is I dyed this, and I must have dyed it 4 times to get it to go black. It wouldn't go completely black, no matter how much I dyed it. I left it for hours and hours in really concentrated dye. The only thing that went jet black is the collar bits here. But trying to find one of these at a reasonable price, the Henley tops, are really difficult. You can get them. I think Hegmany 77 on Etsy and Facebook do them, but they are quite expensive. Phenomenal seamstry on them, don't get me wrong, but I just couldn't justify paying £40–50 for a top on a figure that, you know, really isn't going to have that great amount of resale value. Not that I'm going to sell him, but you know, I would never, if I ever had to, I would never get my money back on that. So I decided to go this route. So that's what I did. I dyed it. I used black fabric dye, and now it's sort of like looks a bit lighter in this room, but it's actually more of a dark grey. So that's what I did there. The jeans are actually again from Kit Chen on Facebook and 1/6 Kit website. They are for a larger figure, muscular figure. So that you do get like the big Arnie figures and stuff. These jeans are specifically for the bigger figures. When they come, they're dark blue. Almost, yeah, really dark denim blue. So what I had to do is I had to bleach these. So what I did is, in a watered down bleach mixture, I put them into there, and then I had to keep an eye on them that they didn't go too far, because obviously Marion in the movie wears quite light denim jeans, not dark blue ones, and to try and find this colour jean is quite difficult. So yeah, I bleached those. And what I did is I added a little bit of weathering, using a little bit of fine sandpaper, just to make them look a bit more worn. I'll turn the figure around in a moment, and you can see what I did on his back as well. The belt was just off of eBay again. I think trying to find a belt that was similar to the one he has was quite difficult. This is the closest I can get. It has got an emblem on it, which obviously he doesn't in the movie. But from a cosmetic view, when you look at him, it's the closest I could get. And he obviously wears a buckle on the side in the movie. So what I did is obviously just set it to the side of his jeans. The grenades, again, I got off of Facebook. I'm on a lot of 1/6 scale figure pages. Again, I've met a lot of people through there, and I managed to find 2 of these that somebody kindly sold me. The gloves, again, I got off of I got those off of eBay. They're exactly the same as my Jax Teller gloves. I think they might be the Joker gloves, Hot Toy gloves, or based on those. But that's the ones I got there. And the boots are actually Steve Rogers, Captain America, when he wears his jeans and the blue jacket outfit. Those are from that. I used jeans and a t-shirt in another figure, and basically use the boots for this one. So sometimes you can get the full outfit kits, which Kitchen does do a lot of them actually, and you can, you know, if you want to say just a pair of jeans, but you don't want something else, you can either sell it on or you can use it for another figure. So, you know, it's a really good way of kitting out figures, is breaking down the sets and using different things on them. So that's what I did. The gun holster, again, is not exactly the same to the movie, but he does obviously wear one like this. And again, this is from Kitchen, 1/6 kit, which I think was about £25, and it does actually come with the guns. Now, this is the only thing that I actually have to finish on this figure, is I actually have to get guns that are looking almost identical to the ones in the movie. He has very specific handguns in the movie, or pistols. They've got, obviously, on the handles, they've got the white with the Cobra on them. I haven't got around to doing that yet, so that is something that I have to finish. These guns actually came with the gun holster. There's one set in there at the moment. They're not the best quality on the planet, but for now they kind of will do until I sort out what I'm going to do about his pistols. But it's better than having absolutely nothing at all on there. And his machine gun I'd love to do, but I've tried to get one similar. You can't get one in 1/6 scale. I did have somebody that was going to help out to try and make one for me, adapted from another gun, but I never heard anything back. So I guess that's going to be something, again, I have to keep looking into. But I tend to find that when I want to do something, I want to do it as close and as properly as possible, rather than just making do. So if I'm going to have a machine gun for him, like the one he has in the movie, I want it to look exactly right. I don't want to have something that doesn't look right, because it's not authentic to the movie. What else can I say about this movie? Oh yes, the necklace here. He does wear a gold chain, silver chain in the movie. And what I did here was I had an old chain I had, which was broken. And I did a little bit of jewellery work on it, and I reclasped it all to fit his neck. And I think that looks pretty good. It looks pretty spot on to the movie. But yeah, so that's really it. I'm not really a great at figure reviewing. It is something that I made myself. Like I say, it's not perfect. But he was a long time in the making, this guy. Really long time. Yeah, so you can kind of see I just weathered the bottoms of the jeans there. Just turn around. I need one of those turntable things to get all there we go. So that's it. That's my Marion Cobretti. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.